Good morning, students. In the previous video, we had seen about the introduction of your filters, your active filters. What are the classification of your active filters and where we are applying it? What is the advantage of your active filters? All we had seen. Now we will go for your first order low pass Butterworth filter. So here first order low pass Butterworth filter is, we are going to take an op amp. Using this op amp, we are going to construct the low pass filter. So here in this case, your op amp, you are going to use the non-inverting configuration. So non-inverting configuration means this is your non-inverting terminal of your operational amplifier and this is your inverting terminal of your operational amplifier. To the inverting terminal, we are going to connect a feedback resistance RF, and to this inverting terminal, we are going to connect the input resistance R1. And the other end of R1 is going to be grounded. So non-inverting terminal I have to give the input. So input is here V1. To this V1 I have to connect the voltage source and an RC pair. So here Vin voltage, Vin input source is going to be connected to a resistance, where the resistance is going to be a 20k pot here, and you are going to have a capacitance. So whatever is going to be the voltage drop that I am going to get across this capacitance is going to act as the input for your non-inverting amplifier there. So here for your low pass filter, the gain of the circuit is going to be decided by this feedback resistance RF and R1. So here we say that since this is going to be connected in the non-inverting configuration and the current drawn by your input terminals of your operational amplifier is going to be negligible, we say that it is not going to load, the operational amplifier is not going to load the RC network. So here in this case, the operational amplifier will not load the RC network because the current drawn by the input terminal of your operational amplifier is negligible. So next is, we are supposed to find out the output voltage, the gain, your AF. So gain is nothing but, generally we write your gain to be your AF is equivalent to, so we write AF is equivalent to your non-inverting configuration. So non-inverting configuration means your gain is going to be 1 plus RF by R1 into your input voltage here is going to be, the voltage at this point is going to be taken as the input voltage there. So it will be V1. So our requirement is, this is going to be your, this is your V0. So our expression, this is nothing but V0. V0 is equivalent, output voltage is equivalent to your gain of the non-inverting amplifier is going to be 1 plus RF by R1 into your input voltage is going to be V1. Now our requirement is to find out what is V1 voltage, to find the output voltage there. So to find this, V1 is equivalent to, what we are going to write is, V1 is equivalent to, we are going to apply a voltage divider rule. So what is the voltage divider rule? Total voltage Vin into your resistance. So across the capacitance we want to find the drop. So it is going to be Vin into minus jXC divided by your total impedance. Total impedance is nothing but R minus J into XC. So this is going to be your Vin. So now we have to simplify this expression there. So to simplify this expression, what we are going to do is, so here to simplify this expression, we are going to simplify it here. So how we are going to simplify it here is, we are going to take your V1 is equivalent to, we have taken V1 is equivalent to, we have written it as your input voltage Vin into minus jXC, that is reactance of the capacitance, divided by R minus J into XC. So we can say that your V1 is going to be this voltage. Now if I am going to simplify it, so your jXC, actually if you know, your XC is nothing but 1 by j omega C. So this omega is nothing but your 2 pi f. So I can write 1 by j into 2 pi f into C. So here this j, if I bring it to the numerator, it is going to be minus jXC. So that is what we are going to write here. Now substitute this jXC value here. Minus jXC is nothing but 1 by j into this one. So I can write Vin divided by j into 2 pi Fc divided by your total impedance is going to be R plus 1 by J into 2 pi F C. So if I am going to take the LCM, it is going to be V in divided by J into 2 pi F into C divided by R. So J I am going to take it here. So it is your 2 pi F into C plus 1 divided by your J 2 pi F C. So this 2 pi J 2 pi FC and this J 2 pi FC gets cancelled. So finally my expression is going to be V in by 1 plus J 2 pi RC. That is what we are getting here. V1 is equivalent to V in by 1 plus J into 2 pi F RC. So we had seen that your V0 is equivalent to 1 plus RF by R1 into V1. So what is V1? V1 is nothing but V1 V divided by, so I can write V0 is equivalent to 1 plus Rf by R1 into V1. What is V1? V1 is nothing but V in by 1 plus J into 2 pi F RC. So that I am going to write it here. So here in this case what we will be doing it is this 2 pi RC J2 this 2 pi RC is nothing but FH. So FH I can write it as 1 by 2 pi RC. So I will write here your FH is equivalent to your cutoff frequency is nothing but 1 by 2 pi RC. So what is 2 pi RC from this? So if I am going to take 2 pi RC is equivalent to 1 by FH. So 1 by FH means this 2 pi is here, this RC is here. So here 2 pi RC is nothing but 1 by FH. So I can write it as AF divided by 1 plus J into F by FH, where this FH is nothing but the cutoff frequency of your low pass filter. So this is your output. So now we want to find out your gain. So this 1 plus RF by R1 is nothing but the closed loop gain of your non-inverting amplifier. So I will replace this 1 plus RF by R1 as AF divided by this Vin. If I am going to bring it here, this V0 by Vin is equal to AF by 1 plus J into F by FH. So this is going to be the gain of your low pass filter. So from this gain, now we are going to analyze the low pass filter there. So we say that AF is nothing but 1 plus RF by R1, that is your passband gain of the filter, and V0 by Vin is equivalent to the gain of the filter as a function of frequency. F is the input frequency of the filter and FH is 1 by 2 pi RC, which is nothing but the high cutoff frequency of the filter there. So now if I am going to take the magnitude of the gain, so magnitude of the gain is nothing but V0 by Vin is equivalent to AF divided by square root of 1 plus F by FH the whole square. So here this is the magnitude part. Magnitude is nothing but taking the square root. So it is your V0 by Vin is equivalent to AF by square root of 1 plus F by FH the whole square. Now to find the phase of the response, your phi is equivalent to, anyway the formula is minus tan inverse of B by A. B is nothing but F by FH. By A is nothing but 1. So we can write phi is equivalent to minus tan inverse of F by FH. So where phi is nothing but the phase angle in degrees. So here we can analyze the response. So here a response is going to be, so this is going to be your gain. So here we are going to have your frequency. Here we are going to have your gain. So gain is nothing but your magnitude V0 by Vin. So here we are written your magnitude is nothing but, what is the expression we had? V0 by Vin is equivalent to AF divided by square root of 1 plus F by FH. So this was the magnitude. So from this magnitude expression we are going to draw the gain versus your frequency. So first condition is at very low frequencies we are going to take. At very low frequencies means your F is less than FH. So here in this case, when it is going to be less than your FH is going to be very much less, then in that case this is going to be a smaller quantity there. So you can say that when F is going to be very much less, this FH is going to be very small. So here, this is going to be very small. So very small divided by a high value is going to be a very small factor. I can neglect it and I can have my gain to be 1. So gain is going to be constant there. That is nothing but your AF. Next is your second condition is when F is equal to FH. So when I am substituting F is equal to FH, in that case this is going to be FH by FH is going to be 1. So 1 plus 1 is going to be 2. So my AF by root 2. AF by root 2 is nothing but 0.707 of your AF. So here we say that the gain is going to be 0.707 of your AF. So here in this case your gain is going to be like this. So now I want to find out what is the cutoff at cutoff frequency. My gain is 0.707 AF. So I will find out what is your 0.707 of your AF value. So I found out this value. I am extending it on the graph and then bringing it down. So this frequency is going to be called as the cutoff frequency of your low pass filter there. Next, the third condition is at f greater than fh. At f greater than fh means if this is going to be a high quantity, then automatically you can know that this is a small one. So totally this is going to be a very large value. So very large value means your V0 by Vin is going to be less than AF. So less than AF means my gain is going to decrease. So my gain is going to decrease after the cutoff frequency there. So we say that when the frequency is going to be increased by 10 folds, that is 1 decade, then in that case the voltage gain is going to be divided by 10. So we say that the gain is going to be 20 decibels of 20 log 10. So 20 log 10 can be called as 20 decibels. So that is nothing but your slope is going to be 20 dB per decade. Why it is decade is the frequency is going to be increased by 10. So we call it as 20 dB per decade. Or if I am going to take it in terms of octave, octave means it is multiples of 8. So multiples of 8 means your frequency is going to be a twofold increase in your frequency. So we will call it as your slope will have 6 dB per octave. Okay, so for a low pass filter the gain is going to be minus 20 dB per decade. Next is your FH is the cutoff frequency of the filter. So at this cutoff frequency your gain of the filter at this frequency is going to be down by 3 decibels. How it is 3 decibels is by 0.707 of your AF it is low. So that is 20 log of 0.707 is nothing but 3 dB there. So whatever is the maximum gain, from that I am going to subtract your 3 dB and see what is going to be the cutoff frequency at that point. So here in this case FH is the cutoff frequency. At the cutoff frequency the gain of the filter is going to be down by 3 decibels there. So the other names for a cutoff frequency is going to be your 3 dB frequency or break frequency, or it is going to be called as corner frequency. So by any one name we can call the cutoff frequency there. Next is we are going to see the design of your low pass filter. So when I am going to design the low pass filter, first I should decide what is going to be the cutoff frequency of the filter there. So I have to choose the FH value. So FH value will be given in the problem, or we have to choose for a filter. If I want to decide, I have to decide what should be the FH value of that filter, the cutoff frequency of the filter. Next step is we should choose a value of C such that it is less than or equivalent to 1 microfarad. So we have to select a value of C where it is equivalent to 1 microfarad. And the capacitance can be either a Mylar capacitor or it can be a tantalum capacitor there. So next is we are going to calculate the value of R. So from R, from where we are going to calculate is, we know FH is equivalent to 1 by 2 pi RC. So from that formula find out what is R. R is nothing but 1 by 2 pi FH into C. So this is your, using this formula calculate the R value. So next after calculating, so in your low pass filter, if you are going to see, you need the capacitance, that is already we are choosing it, and that value should be less than 1 microfarad. And next is we have to find out the R value. We are finding the R value using this formula. After that we have to find the gain of the filter there. So gain is going to be decided by R1 and RF component. So here we are going to choose a proper values of your RF and R1. So here AF is equal to, we know the gain is nothing but 1 plus RF by R1. So this is how we have to design a filter there. Next is your frequency scaling procedure. So frequency scaling is, so suppose initially I have designed my filter for 2 kilohertz. Now I want to design the same filter to 4 kilohertz. That means I want to do the scaling operation there. So, or if I want to reduce it to 1 kilohertz, I want to do the scaling operation. So here in this case, what is the procedure to convert is, we say that the procedure to convert the original cutoff frequency to a new cutoff frequency. is going to be called as a frequency scaling. I am going to scale to a new value there. So here to change it to a high cutoff frequency, the multiples of R or C are not both, but we are going to take the ratio of the original frequency to the new cutoff frequency. So to find out the R value or the C value, anyway we are going to choose. To find the R value means how we are going to take is by taking the ratio of the new cutoff frequency, original cutoff frequency to the new cutoff frequency there. Then we are going to choose a standard value of the capacitor, then calculate the value of the resistor for the desired cutoff frequency there. So here we will see a problem related to that. First, design a low pass filter at a cutoff frequency of 1 kHz with a passband gain of 2. That means your FH is going to be 1 kHz. Let the capacitance value to be 0.01 microfarad. Now we want to find out what is the, here a cutoff frequency is given, your passband gain is given. So for the filter design we have to choose the C value. So C value, the condition is it should be less than 0.1 microfarad. So C value we are choosing it as 0.01 microfarad there. Now we have to calculate the R value. So R value is equivalent to 1 by 2 pi FH into C. So here 2 pi, FH is nothing but 1 kHz given in the problem. C value is nothing but 0.01 into 10 power minus 6. That is nothing but 15.9 kilo ohms. So standard value we are going to take it as 20k watt. Next is they are given the passband gain to be 2. So passband gain is 2 means we know that your AF is equivalent to 1 plus RF by R1. So here to get that gain value to be 2, so here your AF value is going to be 1 plus RF by R1. So here the gain value is going to be 2. So 2 is equivalent to 1 plus RF by R1. So here RF by R1 is equivalent to 1. So we can write RF is equivalent to R1. That means my R1 and RF value should be same. So if it is same means either I can choose my RF and R1 to be 1K or I can choose 10K. So here we have chosen the value of R1 and RF to be 10K. Okay, that is how we have to design the filter. We have to draw the circuit and write the values there. Next problem is using the frequency scaling technique, convert the 1 kHz cutoff frequency of the low pass filter to a cutoff frequency of 1.6 kHz. So to do that, we should first find out the ratio of the original cutoff frequency to the new cutoff frequency. So the ratio of the original cutoff frequency is nothing but 1 kHz. Original one, I want to convert it to a new value 1.6 kHz. So 1 divided by 1.6 kHz is nothing but 0.625. So here the new resistor value is nothing but multiply this ratio with the resistor value. So resistor value what we have got 15.9 kilo ohms. So multiply this 15.9 kilo ohms into 0.625, that is 9.94 kilo ohms there. Now to check it, so we can take the standard value to be as 10 kilo ohms there. So to check whether we have got the new frequency, your FH is nothing but 1 by 2 pi RC. R value is 9.94 into 10 power 3. C value we assumed as 0.01 into 10 power minus 6. So if I multiply it and if I am going to have 1 by this value, it is going to be 1.6 kilohertz. That means whatever resistor value we have got is correct. Okay, so this is about the design of your low pass filter. So in the next video, we will see about your second order low pass filter.